All right, so what's going to be covered in the training program? So the training program is going to be broken down mainly into two parts. And this is for those who are doing this as a developer route, right? We have some others in Village 88 who are going to also go through the training program because I've asked them to. And they're going to be our teachers or marketers or product managers or designers. I'm also going to have them go through probably the first month or 2 months of the training program together with the developers in training. Okay. But for the developer training program, it's broken down into two parts. Part one is the 3-month program, and that one is free. We're not charging. We want to give back to our Philippine community by offering CSIT grads the opportunity to extend what they learned in college and come through us, go through our Village 88 training program, get educated, beef up their resume, and either get hired by us in Village 88, or they can go and find jobs elsewhere, and we'll still help them with their resume and portfolio making and so forth. So the first 3 months is what I consider to cover some of the most important aspect of web development, regardless of what track you go into. So the first week, you're going to spend time on the fundamentals. You may have already spent some time on Hacker Hero, but you're going to go and finish Hacker Hero courses if you haven't done so already. You're also going to see how I build some games because games is a phenomenal way to get better with the algorithm and also for you to visualize how your algorithm works. So we're going to have you do that. So the first week, if you are already a great programmer, it may be a little bit easy. If you haven't programmed that much before, first week will be critical for you to start thinking start thinking like computer. Okay, so that's the first week. Second week, you're going to learn HTML and CSS and responsive design. After the second week, you can create any website on the front end that you can think of. Week 3, you're going to learn jQuery, SQL queries, and also database design. And then the next 3 weeks, week 4 to 6, you're going to learn PHP, and that also will have object-oriented programming, and then MVC framework, which is critical. Every web developer, if you don't know an MVC framework, you're not a developer. So we're going to cover MVC framework called CodeIgniter, which I think is one of the best frameworks, especially for beginners to learn. And you're going to have exposure to object relational mapper, as well as, how to deploy some of the applications in the cloud. It's going to be, and that first 6 weeks is what I consider to be the fundamentals. That is just, every developer has to know that, right? So we're going to cover that. And you're going to have 2 weeks to work on a capstone project where you're going to build a full e-commerce website from scratch for both the user as well as the admin features, everything from scratch. You're going to learn how to build all of that. Where you're actually going to build all of that, because by then you would have covered all the fundamentals needed to build any web application you can think of. Once that is done, you're going to do a presentation. There's going to be some exams throughout, so we can see if you're learning, you're really internalizing. And then after that, you're going to learn JavaScript and Node. Again, some of these detailed agenda is below the video, so you can scroll down and read more about it. Okay, and then you're going to do a presentation demo day. On some of the presentation, before the presentation, when you have those 2 weeks to work on projects for either PHP or JavaScript, we may have some seminars. So we may introduce and invite some of the Village 88 engineers to come in and speak about their work experience. Maybe we'll have them teach you some topics such as web security, database design, database scaling, and some other things. But anyway, this course is going to be very comprehensive. It's going to cover you a lot. I wish that when I was younger, I had a training program like this. It would have saved me literally at least 7 years of my career. So anyway, take it seriously and you will learn a lot. Once that first 3-month training is over, for some of you, if we have openings, we may offer you a job. Or offer you to join Village 88 as a developer in training and to continue with the second part of the training. So I'll tell you more information once you get to the end of stage part 1 of the training. For those of you who would like to apply to join Village 88 as an engineer, I'll tell you how you can apply. We'll do the interview. We'll get to know you more. And if you get accepted, then you can continue with part 2 of our training program where you're going to learn Ruby on Rails, which is an advanced framework. And then we're going to also pair you up with our Village 88 engineer so you can have more hands-on mentorship as well as hands-on experience working on real projects. So it's also going to increase your confidence. You have someone that you can talk to, it gets, additional help. And then if you successfully complete that training program, then you would be hired to be one of the engineers in Village 88. But even if you don't go to part 2, by doing part 1 and then going through our courses on resume and other things, I feel that your resume is going to be really, really improved, and you would have a good shot finding a job either in the Philippines or in the global workforce, especially with the new technologies that you've learned. So anyway, that's how the training is going to cover. Right now, just stay focused on the first 3 months. Do the best that you can. Put in your honest effort. Really do nothing more than just code, and sleep, code. Again, repeat. You can take 1 day off. And if you're ahead, hey, go and help some other people in your group, and you will learn tremendously. So anyway, enjoy. And do let us know if you have questions. We'll set up channels over Discord where you can ask questions. We can have dialogues.